Yeah, I'm gonna put this in the video, right? You yawning. So disrespectful.
I shall be careful with everything.
You look very white.
I am very white. I am practically translucent.
The camera.
Okay. Is there?
I'm just trying to see if there's a settings. Oh, okay. I think I see it. All right. Hopefully that'll work.
There we go.
Yay!
Hi.
Thank you guys for staying up so late.
Oh, I hear you so much
It's no
better.
hassles at all.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm not really a night owl, so I'm usually out of it by about 10 p.m.
Oh, really?
Coherent sentences out of me. So what you guys are doing is amazing.
It's just weird to like think that it's almost like you in the future.
A little bit like that.
I don't know if you read the comment of that that post that you did in January about I actually can't remember what the post is about, but I thought it was a recent post of yours to the 90-day video journey, and I watched it and I was like, that's exactly what I need to hear right now. So I think I did write a comment saying it's like your past was talking to me. So now I'm from the future. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I think
That's the one you did at work.
with the red shirt, yeah, with the red.
And the plants in the background.
Yeah. That was so weird. I mean, it's like, I remember when I did the interview the first time, you were one of the people I wanted to interview. And yeah, and we just never got around to doing that, you know?
I was sort of doing my own thing, and I just thought, I don't really have much to say. I'm just going through the 90-day video journey. There are people commenting, which is really nice, but I'm just, little old me doing my thing. And then you come around and you say, I'm actually one of the people you want to interview. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, but
So it's amazing. Like you never know what, value you have, I guess.
And I think like again, I keep saying this, and I think for me, that's the reason for me wanting to do this Kaffeeklatsch thing, right? Because I felt exactly the same like you do right now, and a lot of people did as well, that even though or something inside us kind of minimizes our ability to actually give a message or anything of value, because to yourself it's just you saying stuff, but you might not understand the meaning that message has to someone else, right? So when Hannah and I, because we used to watch a lot of your videos. Yeah, I mean, I remember there was one where it was it chickens or what was it? There was one.
The chickens.
Yeah, you said she had like chickens and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that was
Baby
Amy.
chickens from school.
Yeah. And it's like, we get like a window or like a little bit of like, we sort of like guess in your world at that moment, right? And you feel the like hospitality and the, I don't know, there's just so many levels I feel when and you almost feel honored, because you know how it is. I mean, like in my culture, when you have a guest and a guest comes into your home and you treat them well, and you are kind to them, you like there's this element of
Warmth.
warmth and hospitality, and just feeling welcome, right? And for me, I feel like the way someone speaks, you know, when on video or when they're doing the 90-day challenge, you can kind of feel this, you know, like your videos
I've never
were very
thought
genuine.
of it in those words, but yeah, I think you captured it completely.
Yeah. I mean, it says a lot about you. It says a lot about the kind of person you are, and what I would say this, and I'm being honest right now. The people that I followed and the people that I, like I said, like yourself, that I was interested in knowing a lot more about, because, like I said, Kaffeeklatsch is about spotlighting someone that, you know, you might not connect with everyone. The same like when we do the SFM, right? It's not like you're gonna put an ad out and everyone's gonna just go, you know, but you have your tribe within the tribe, you know. You have people that they get you, and they are like, on a certain level, like you are on the same wavelength, and you on this different journeys, but you kind of in the same place. You kind of have the same questions, and it's almost like you find the answers within each other. So it's
I see you guys as reflections. Like it's like you guys hold up a mirror and you just reflect the aspects of me that I don't always see. It's you might get this where it's like when you watch other people interacting with your children, you see aspects of your children that you never see, because you go through your everyday and your everyday becomes your norm. But when new things or new people come in and interact in a different way, it brings out different elements that they don't exercise as much, and then you just see these other aspects of them. It's like, oh, you're amazing.
No.
I do that with my children all the time. It's like, you know, I might interact with them and we get to a place where it's like a bit slow, or it's like, you know, these are the bad habits I see that I would like them change. But then other people come in and they interact with them, and then it just shows you a whole new different child.
Well, first of all, we need to introduce this lovely lady. We've been waiting a really long time, and as you can see, there's both of us here.
Yes.
So we were both following. Ladies and gentlemen, SFM Tribers, this is the lovely Amy Curran. That's correct, right? I want to make sure that I pronounce everyone's names correctly. It's been a really long time coming. I mean, I think it's like, we started in last year, August.
Yeah.
Around. Oh, yeah. Last year, August and stuff. And of the few people that I was chasing, there were the few main people that I was chasing. I absolutely loved your videos. They were genuine, and it was only recently when you told me, when I had found out that you stopped, and when you said that, I was so happy. Absolutely happy that I not happy that you stopped. Sorry, that came out really wrong. I was absolutely happy that I decided to do this, you know, because I felt like because I at some point, I mean, I finished my 90-day, but I felt like I had stopped, you know. And I think it came from lack of self-belief that I had what it took to maybe make a change or give something of value.
I kind of see SFM, and this is sort of the what's the right word? The most valuable aspect of SFM that sort of money can't buy is that I feel like it's like training wheels. So we might be like a particular shape now, but we all aspire to be this kind of shape. And to mold from one shape to the other, it might take time. For lack of a better example, braces on your teeth. You need them on for a few years to actually get your teeth to grow in a different direction.
Yeah.
If you want straight teeth. And so I feel like SFM is there, and the people around us are like braces holding us in position. And you might want to go in the direction you don't want to, but they sort of keep you there, and they kind of inspire you to go towards the direction that you want. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
totally.
That was an introduction. Now the floor is yours, madame. We would want to hear your story.
My story, okay. In some ways, I feel like I haven't done a lot in my life. But looking back, there probably are lots of little bits here and there. But to me, they don't seem as valuable because in some ways it's my norm and it's my everyday. I was born in Taiwan originally, and then I moved around a lot as a kid. But when I was would have been about 7, I was diagnosed with Stargardt's disease, which is the back part of your eye, your macula, which is responsible for detail. I don't have enough of a particular type of cell that's responsible for you detecting detail. So I was essentially vision impaired. So my vision slowly deteriorated at such a slow rate that I didn't detect it. So I guess from about 7 to about 15, it probably went down by more than half. But because it was so slow, I was kind of getting used to it, and I didn't notice. And from about 15 to about now, it's probably gone down by half again, and I didn't notice that either. So so having that, it's sort of been a blessing in disguise in a way, because it's made me see the world in a very different way. So my husband also is totally blind, so he actually has prosthetic eyes. So the way that we do things, we have to do things a little bit differently. I sort of see it as buying furniture or buying kits from IKEA or things made in China, where you would have the instructions of how to put the kit together, but most of the time you have to do things to the actual materials that you get to make it fit like what the instructions say. So I guess how we approach our vision impairments and how we approach life is a little bit like that. We have to sort of do things a little bit differently to make things fit. And our children kind of just grew up with that and learn to adapt to that. So like my oldest daughter, she is so super descriptive to the finest detail because she's just used to us. Probably in some ways can be a little bit annoying for some people, but it just comes really naturally to her. So she's going to be really good in like quality control areas.
So writing stories.
Yeah, I don't know what she'll be like when she grows up, but she's a stickler for detail.
Oh my word, I all of a sudden have like 1,000,001 questions, but I'm good. So
Go for it.
No. I could continue because your story is the basis of all this, and then please
we'll
continue.
build on top of that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I personally find it hard to sort of speak for a long period of time. So if you've got questions, just throw them in, and it might just flow better as well. So if
you have no freaking idea how interesting you are. Like I could honestly sit and listen to you for like what? Like in those few sentences you just said, I swear there were like so many questions coming out of like I was like I mean, no ways. Okay, let's. What made you wanna do all this? What is it that prompted you to?
Well, if I was to go with the knee-jerk reaction, I think that the motivator for everybody to start with is probably financial stability.
Yeah.
But I think I've been looking for financial stability for so long and rejected so many other models of online business that it probably wasn't the real catalyst. I think if I look deeply enough, the real thing is personal growth, and how SFM is really, the more I got into SFM, and you will all relate to this, is that the more it asks you to step into your greatness, so to say. Because I believe each and every single one of us has that within us. It's just that most of the time we keep it locked up in a tiny little box and no one can see, because if they see that, then we're going to have to be that one day. And what happens, you know how all the people always say, what happens if you fail? My actual authentic fear is, what happens if you succeed? You know, your whole life is going to be different. Yeah, you want that, but that kind of change on that kind of scale is massive and huge and really, really freaking scary. So yeah, I think that also that's sort of why I stopped as well, because it was more, what will happen if I succeed? I got to sort of slow down a little bit, maybe not make the adjustments as big, and actually work out how to sort of balance and maintain as sort of my current lifestyle into a way of shifting into that in a more speed that I'm more comfortable with. But I think I digress, because that wasn't exactly answering your question.
No. It's go ahead.
Okay. And so if you want to, so ever since I was really, really little, I was always a strange kid. I was always really weird and really different. And I didn't acknowledge my vision impairment back then so much, so I didn't actually read my first print book with my own eyes. I had to use a little magnifier that I stuck on top of it to read it. It was a book that I needed to read for grade 8. I think it was called The Pearl. So it was a really boring book, but I got through it because it was it was an accomplishment for me to actually read a book without pictures from cover to cover. And that was in grade 8. So I kind of worked my way around it so that I didn't have to do a lot of the things with my eyes. So it was almost like I was hiding from it myself. I didn't like saying I was vision impaired. But anyway, because of that, I really, really loved audiobooks. And I used to subscribe to the Blind and Vision Impaired Library. This is in New Zealand. So we moved to New Zealand when I was younger. And I used to just drink them up all weekend. That's all I would ever do. I would do a puzzle and have an audiobook on at the same time. And one day I ran out of audiobooks. So I thought, what am I going to do? I snuck onto my, I'm sorry, they're doing lawn maintenance. So if it gets too loud, let me know. I can close the door. So yeah, I snuck into my dad's bookshelf. I thought I was being really, really naughty at the time. So I went onto the bookshelf and I found this. It was cassette tapes back then. It was a double cassette tape of a Wayne Dyer audiobook. And it was the only thing I had. So, you know, it's like when you're really craving junk food, you'll eat anything. And audiobooks.
And how old were you
at this point? So I
just
grabbed it and I started listening. I think I was about 15 at that point. And I just fell in love with Wayne Dyer. And ever since then, I went through the library catalogue, got every Wayne Dyer book I could find, and I was just Wayne Dyer for a long time, a few years. And then so I guess that's how I fell in love with personal development. So I had all these concepts coming in. It was all input. I don't know if I did a lot with it, but maybe it filtered through over the years. But I was more of a it was all inputs, and maybe it comes out now after so many years. And when I actually found the SFM, I was going through the modules, and I think it's in module 1 where there are some books that they recommend you read, and Wayne Dyer was the first one on the top, and I just went, holy moly, what sort of business oriented sort of, I guess, not fortune seeking, but you know what I mean, a way to gain great wealth would have Wayne Dyer as their prescribed reading for one of their first things that you do. And I was kind of just hooked from then on. Yeah, and I was like, there's something more to this. And the more I got into it, as you would all know, it's more about the people. And then slowly the money didn't matter at all. It was just about becoming the best versions of yourself, you know, slowly taking off your layers of all your protection and your fears and your whatever, and being willing to stand up there and go, this is me and it's okay. Would you like to come and join me?